Welcome back to Politics Today. APC primaries in Bayelsa State is the topic we've been talking about. And before we went on that short break, Mr. Ogoribo was talking to us was sharing some insight with us on the events that transpired on that day. Well, we'll go back right to our Abuja studios at this time. Hello, Mr. Ogoribo.
Yes, hello, Anne.
Emana, my name is Emana. Before we went on that break, I had asked if all the parties, all the aspirants would toe the line of the party concerning rescheduling of the primary elections.
I also asked you if the national chairman told you or is official that the primaries have been rescheduled. I'm not aware of that. Okay,
so are you saying, in other words, that the party is in support and signposts the primary elections that took place in Bayelsa State and sees Mr. Timothy Silva as the winner?
To the best of my knowledge, the party has not come out with any official statement in respect to the primaries held in Bayelsa State.
Now, in the absence of the chairman of the electoral panel of the APC governorship primaries, who announced those results? Yes, we did see a video of someone announcing the results. Who was the person who announced the results?
Other members of the panel was there, because when the current governor was leaving, I was there when he instructed that the process be continued, that he was going to hit. These are facts. I have no reason to lie against him. I respect him so much. And he left, and the process began. And it was the panel members that conducted the accreditation and also the election itself. And it was one of the panel members, Honorable Nelson Alakpa, that announced the result on behalf of the panel members.
Did the chairman of the electoral committee actually hand over to him when he went out, as you say, to eat? Did he go out and then hand over the proceedings of the day to Mr. Nelson?
Not Nelson specifically, to the committee. They have a right to ask any of them to announce. They were all present there. And the issue is this.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Grebo.
There is procedure. What I expect the party to do now, normally after an election, there's what they call appeal panel. The appeal panel should sit and look at the issues.
Okay, before we hear from Chief Ekiotene, I want to ask you, since it was one of the members of the panel that announced the election results, did the people at the venue, did the delegates unilaterally handpick this man as the one to stand in the absence of the chairman?
The delegates don't have to pick him. The business was the sole responsibility of the panel that came from Abuja, and they have a right to pick any member to announce the result. They were all involved in the process, and the all 6 of them cannot announce the results. So one person has to announce the results, and that is what happened there.
Well, Chief Ekiotene, I believe you were also at the venue of the primaries.
Certainly.
Very good. So,
but disallowed from coming in. At my level, I was disallowed from coming in. Even Timothy Silva was disallowed from coming in until the delegates, numbering over 1,000, moved with him to say that, well, okay, let us kill ourselves. Let anything happen. And that was when that man who calls himself AIG, I am
please,
so sorry.
Chief Ekiotene, please, I would like to appeal to you. Mind your choice of words. Okay,
no, he's an
AIG. He's an AIG.
Yeah, but
okay, let's just be very
said
civil.
Something about continue, please. I want to lay some facts.
Oh, go ahead.
You see, it's good that Ogoriba did not controvert the fact that I called him a surrogate, even though he says that he holds me in high esteem and he also holds Timothy Silva in high esteem.
Now, you see, it's not about individuals. Yes. Let's stick with the events.
Yes. Now, as I said, accreditation was to start at 8. Nothing happened. When these thugs took over the venue from 7 a.m., talks that were arranged by one particular aspirant, Timipre Silva.
Now, let me even take you
the
up
chairman
on that,
of the
because
party.
you actually said when Chief Alaibe was not allowed to enter the venue,
that was much
about
later.
1,000 people actually
delegates, accredited, genuine delegates,
so 1,000
had to move with him. And when they saw that the force,
that's a large number.
Yes, when they saw that the force could create very big problems that they too would not contain, they had to allow him enter, and in the process disallowing those of us who were his key supporters. Of course, now let me start by saying this. At 7 a.m., the police, led by the AIG, allowed thugs to take over a venue that would have been peaceful for accreditation. The thugs were armed with guns, with cudgels, with machetes.
But from the visuals we had, we did not see any single weapon.
Yeah, well, you see, sometimes they could be hidden, but they were attacked. And he said, oh, no single person was wounded. We have over 30-something persons in hospital right now in Yenegua. You could have a correspondent in Yenegua. We will tell you the hospitals where they were treated. Now, that's not even the point. When accreditation was taken over by hoodlums, Oshomole was not there as the chairman. Of course, you know he was driving from Benin.
He had not arrived, or he had
left? He had not arrived. I'm sure calls were made to him by so many of the aspirants who saw that Silva was ready, was just prepared to use force to impose himself as candidate. That is not what the people want. As a matter of fact, we are not even ready to join issues, because as we speak, over 1,000 delegates are gathered in Yenegua, ready to go for the second voting, because they want change. It is not this kind of, there was virtually no APC in Bayelsa State until a few members or certain members moved from PDP. Ogoriba was one of the last to move in. He told me he was contesting under PDP. And eventually I saw him in Silva's house. When that day we told him, we went to see Silva, and because we wanted to see the chairman of the party, John Oyegu. You see, the thing is, when you have proper people, everybody like Oshomole and others, people should learn to be like them.
Interesting.
Society cannot move on this way. You have 1,500 and something delegates, and you now say 700 and something of them have elected you. Where are the remaining ones?
Okay.
That is one thing.
All right.